there, Sovereignty Seekers. I want to reconnect. The book, The Sovereignty Knot, is nearly 6 months old. It will be next month. And to say that it has been a wild and difficult and anticlimactic and amazing journey since the book came out would be the world's greatest understatement. And it's calling me back, the book itself, The Princess, the Queen, and the Wise Woman, in some unexpected ways. But one of the ways that I am really grateful for and really should have seen coming, because at the end of The Sovereignty Knot, if you've gotten to chapter 12, you have discovered the Sovereignty Spread. It's an 8-card tarot reading that I offer you a diagram for and describe each segment in some detail. Each one is about how you're standing sovereign in different aspects of your life. So I just had the opportunity to do a Sovereignty Spread reading for a fellow writer who I've known for some years. And it was a real privilege, as it always is, to journey with anyone while reading cards. And the process of our working together, because not only do I do a tarot card reading, I also call in the Chumpy Stones. These are also described in chapter 12. They're part of my healing work. They're part of my magic. These Chumpy Stones that originate in Peru, each represents a different facet of human consciousness. They are really the essential tides of life. And I use these at this latter part of any tarot reading to integrate, to make sense of, to go deeper. Because I know that my magic has always been the syncretic kind, the kind that synthesizes different traditions and different senses of wisdom to come up with something really new. So in the process of working with this beautiful woman today, 11 came up. 11 in the world of the Chumpy Stones is manifestation. It's about taking all of those ideas and bringing them into reality, escaping that sense of constant longing that so many of us have, that longing we have to someday I will create, someday I will have time for, someday I will show up to, ... you fill in the blank. Instead of living in that constant sense of longing, we find a way to stand up, stand tall, fully embrace and embody whatever it is that we're here to make. So like I said, 11 really ended up being the theme of our reading. And of course, the beautiful thing about layering in different traditions is that you're able to skip from one road to the next. So from the Chumpy Stone, from 11, I started thinking about that 11th tarot card. The 11th tarot card, as you may know, is in some more traditional decks, it's Justice. In my Celtic Wisdom deck, it's the Balancer. It's the goddess Ellen of the Ways, who stands at the crossroads and who helps you find your way as you move through the world, right? Justice. It's the middle card in the Major Arcana, 11 of the 22. It really stands at that center. It's that in some more traditional decks, of course, it's actually the goddess on the throne holding the scales, right? And it's not necessarily about everyday governmental justice. It's not necessarily that realm of the emperor who lays down rules and who's presiding over the courts. Certainly that is very important right now in our everyday world and our quest for social justice, right? Now this kind of justice that's in the Balancer, that's in this 11th card, is about that internal sense of knowing you are in relationship with your past and your present, knowing that you have your own internal sense of equilibrium so that you can go forth and really become a force for good in the world, which is so much of what sovereignty is. Sovereignty is an inside job, hopefully getting past the worry about who I am, what I'm here to do in this world, and applying it to how I'm meant to serve, how I'm meant to show up and offer support, offer my body, offer my wisdom, offer my skills to make this world a better place. So I want to call our attention to justice today. I want to call in this sense of fairness, this sense of internal equilibrium, this sense of truth, and believing that there is such a thing as honesty and integrity in this world, and that we need to stop looking outside of ourselves to find it. We need to look within first. We need to look to our own sense of sovereignty, our own sense of responsibility for our choices, for our impact, for how we invest our money, our attention, our love. And that recognizing that in that level of responsibility lies understanding, lies the ripples of justice that take us forth and connect us all. How is this sense of internal equilibrium and justice part of you right now? How is it lacking? If you feel like you're stuck in constantly longing for something and you can't manifest that thing that you want to have happen, whether it's ease in your home, whether it's in love, whether it's in finding that next job, whether it's in landing that next client, if there's that sense of longing within you, how can you first focus on balance within yourself? What keeps you in balance with the universe? What keeps you in balance with yourself? If you're interested in diving deep into the sovereignty spread, in finding which Celtic guides and goddesses want to speak to you, into your story of sovereignty, I would love to offer you a tarot card reading. There's a link below to book. It's a really beautiful way to understand what it means for you personally to free the princess, crown the queen, and embrace the wise woman in this moment right now, in this changing, difficult, beautiful, terrible, awful, amazing, full of potential, possibility, and rebirth 2020 that we're living in right now. Let me know if you'd like to give this gift to yourself. And I'd love to stand with you at the crossroads and find out just which path may make itself clear to you. Be sovereign everywhere. And I'll see you next week for what I think is going to be a new thing we're calling Tarot Tuesday for the Sovereignty Knot community. Blessings.